33-year-old Dana Holmes is filing a federal lawsuit against LaSalle County after 4 police officers strip searched her after a DUI arrest and then put her in a jail cell completely nude. Now, we do have the video showing this. It's surveillance video, and it has been censored, so you don't see the nudity. But as you can see from this video, they detain her, they take her to the police office. 4 cops are literally ripping her clothes off. And after they do so, they put her in a cell, and you'll see that in just a moment. And she's covered in a blanket. But she says that there was absolutely no reason for them to strip search her. There was no reason for them to put her into that cell with no clothes on. And her lawyer is making the exact same argument.
So now they say, well, of course, they defend her actions and say they had to do it. But in order for it to be legal, they had to be been concerned that she had a weapon on her,
yep,
or was hiding contraband in some way. But it doesn't appear that, not only did they not find a weapon or contraband, it doesn't appear from the whole video that they even looked for one.
Yes, so let me give you the Illinois law, okay, when it comes to strip searches. So under Illinois law, a strip search is permitted only when officers have a reasonable belief that the subject is hiding a weapon or a controlled substance on their body, and requires the search be conducted by an officer of the same sex. Keep in mind that 3 of those officers were actually men and only 1 of them was a woman. So, I mean, how degrading and demeaning is that to have officers of the opposite sex rip the clothing off of you and then throw you in a jail cell with nothing on?
I think one of the telling things was that one of the officers said that she was mouthing off. Yeah, you don't get to rip people's clothes off for mouthing off. And you've already got her detained. She's clearly not a danger. You didn't actually think she was going to pull a weapon. You did it to show her a lesson. And then they kept her naked the whole night. Mm-hmm. There's video of her an hour later getting fingerprinted, photographed, etc. She's still in the blanket. She has no clothes. I don't know if that's because they shredded the clothes, but this is, you know, this is totally and obviously unacceptable. Now, people say, look, she was drunk driving, and her blood alcohol level was 0.226. Which
it was 3 times the legal limit. Right,
almost 3 times the legal limit. So what? Here's what I mean by that. Then you arrest her for that, and you try her for that, which you should. By the way, you might have ruined that now, and that doesn't help anybody either. I don't want her drunk driving out there. I would have preferred that she was prosecuted, okay? But now, what you don't get to do is, oh, you were violating the law in some way, so now I'm going to violate it, and I'm going to rip you all your clothes off, and I'm going to look at you all night naked, right? And I'm going to, you know, do it based on no evidence that you've got weapons or drugs on you, but because you were disrespectful to the cops. Mm-hmm. That's what drives me crazy. Being disrespectful to the cops is not a crime, but to the cops, it's the #1 crime.
Yeah, and they know that they have way more power than you do, so they can take advantage of that power and get their little bit of strike back. But the great thing is there's surveillance in some cases, there's dash cams in some cases, and I'm glad that she's filing a federal lawsuit against these cops. They can't get away with doing this kind of thing. It's disgusting. I would be so frightened if I was in that situation, and so scared and just degraded.
Yeah. Now, I know when you put yourself in that situation, it freaks you out, man.
It's animalistic. It's just disgusting.